2012, the shopping mall Mood Stockholm opened its doors.
Yeah.
And you guys were given the honor to do the sound architect, which has become one of the Europe's largest sound design concept with like 22 different sound zones, about 100 unique sound productions. And as you mentioned before, that in this project, you were actually in the beginning of the development and be able to create a holistic approach. Walk us through this process and the challenges you faced. And I'm also interested to know which sound development were you most proud of?
When it comes to Mood Stockholm, I think I said before, like we have like a really brave customer, because the whole idea of Mood Stockholm from the beginning was that they wanted to create something that wasn't existing, which I think they did, because that was the first mall with all the open restaurants in the shopping, and you've been to Mood Stockholm, so you know what it looks like. So we had the project when it was only like a big hole of concrete, so we had, of course, to study all the drawings and to see where is everything going to be. The mall was also integrated in different how to say, different target groups in one way. So one of the first I would say 2 entrance and half of the first upper level was called Notting Hill, and then from Notting Hill you went into something called Desire, and then you went from Desire into something called Everyday. And Everyday was about everyday shopping. Desire was stores that was more to Desire actually, and the Notting Hill was more like casual clothing and those kind of things. And then you had all of those restaurants inside and outside, and you also had a lot of artwork. On the outside you have 3 huge artwork, and on the inside you have 2 artworks. So we had to take care of the sound environment and the design to be combined, of course, with the brand and with the visuals, and also to make it seamless between those different areas. We wanted Notting Hill to be a little bit more flowering. We wanted Desire to feel more desirable. And we wanted Everyday to be more electronic when it comes to the sound, which they still are. So we made special productions and technology for the different artworks where we were working with the artist of that artwork. So they are very different and very unique. And then on the inside, we wanted to have the feeling together with the concept changing depending on where you were in the building. And then bathrooms, and there's like, and the outside garden, there was like a huge concept. So, but then we need also you need in yourself, you need to feel that you are in mood. So we need to find elements that would be something that we could implement everywhere. So we have like a special singing bird that is no matter where you are, she's singing. We have electronical sound that is also no matter where you are, together with the singing bird, and some other ambient sounds. So we are producing it in layers, so to speak. So there's one sound that is everywhere in the building, up and under and everywhere. And on top of that, we're putting in the layer of content that is unique for the zone you are in, or the zone you're going to enter. And you also need to put the technology in the right way, so it's not going to be bumpy. You just have to be seamless and, you know, floating around. And when it comes to the artworks, you want people to feel the sound of the artwork in the same time as they're looking at the art. but we don't want it to blend in too much. So you need to find technology and sound that would be able to stay in the area where you want it to be. And when it comes to Mood Stockholm, one of the things is that the owner of Mood Stockholm wants you to feel very much at home, but also that you are, even though you're inside, they want you to feel like you're actually part-time outside. So there was like a lot of things to pull together. And then, of course, when you put technology up, you have to be careful. You don't want to play Mood Stockholm's content into the store. So you need to figure out where should we place the technology to get the right walking for the customer, and without interfering with other brands. So yeah.
And which sound production would you say that you remember the most, or that you're most proud of?
Wow. I can't say, because I would say that Mood Stockholm was for me, and the things that I had in my head for so many years, to find this customer that had the braveness to actually say, we believe in you and your team. We want not to do bits and pieces. We want to have it all. I would say that Mood Stockholm would always have like a special place in my heart, because without Mood Stockholm, I'm not 100% sure that we would have the opportunity to run and continuing as we did after that, because it became like for us a huge success. We also added scent into the sound design. So we had like special areas where we put unique scent in for the brand. So I would say, I'm in a personal level, I also enjoy to be at Mood Stockholm, because I like it. I do. Maybe that is like, oh, but I do. I think it's great.
And now, 9 years later, how has it been? Like, what has the effect been? Have you been able to capture that?
It's difficult to measure, because if you're going to measure the impact of the sound, you need actually to take the sound away and to ask people how they feel about it, and then you put the sound on again. And because what we do is like, it's designed sound, so it's not sound giving traffic to a product, because that is much easier.
Yeah.
Because then you can measure how much more are you selling of the product. You can measure time. And during the corona now, not only in Mood Stockholm, we can see for all the customers we have, especially in retail, that the sound is so important. Because if you enter a shopping mall or Åhléns or any store and there is no sound on, you're not going to feel very happy. You're going to be quite mellow and low. The sound is giving you the opportunity to feel that there's something going on. It's stimulating you. So if we're taking the sound away from Mood Stockholm, there would be a lot of the brand falling apart inside.
Wow.
Yeah. And our customer knows that 100%, because they still have feedback about the sound. There's still today, 9 years later, even if we maintain the sound, the brand was what it was in that time. Today, the brand is something else. And good sound design is following the brand. So of course we've been changing the audio branding and other bits. The bird is still there, the electronic sound is still there, but when it comes to the sort of music might have changed during the year. So to maintain is also important, so you keep your sound environment fresh and in this case quite urban.
Yeah. Well, you as you said with the birds, there's something that will be an element that people will connect with Mood Stockholm. And also the audio branding. If you create a DNA, which means that there's certain sound or certain ways you want people to feel in that, then you need to change the music so it doesn't become repetitive. And also during 9 years, there's so much else happening, campaigns, people, new things coming in, new colors going. And then the sound has to be developed on that. What amazing.
But when you have like a concept like Mood Stockholm, of course they are changing the inside when it comes to Christmas or spring or whatever. There is like decoration coming up. And then the sound concept should be able to follow.
Yes.
To have like elements from winter and Santa Claus, whatever is going on. What I think is interesting with Sound Stockholm is that customer are still contacting our customer, which is AMF, because they want to buy certain sounds. Where can I buy them? I think that is a good,
interesting,
a little bit of story in the heaven, that people want to bring the sound home. And we will never sell the sound because
it
is Mood Stockholm. No.
I was going to say
that. The customer asked us, can we do? And we go like, I don't think you should, because it is unique for Mood Stockholm.
Interesting, because I've heard some people say that brands should start thinking about that the sound they're creating unique for themselves, they can trademark it and start earning money, revenue through that. If people want to bring the experience with them home to connect even deeper with the brand.
Which I would agree on if it is like a store chain or something. Let's say Hollister, for an example. Yeah, of course. If there is you could always, like a store chain like Åhléns, there, whatever we're playing there could be open, for people to just go on Spotify or whatever. But I think when it comes to a shopping mall, it's one shopping mall that has like a unique statement. I don't think you should bring that too far away.
Understand.
Because the shopping mall is there for the stores.
Mood Stockholm is a unique shopping center in the heart of Stockholm. With its carefully selected boutiques, cafes and restaurants, it has become a city oasis. Before the opening in 2012, a conscious decision was made to have sound design as an essential and living part of the design expression, customer experience and brand. Lexter Sound Design has created a holistic sound design solution with 22 audio zones and hundreds of unique audio productions. As a part of the sound design, there are a number of local audio zones with special audio productions. The dynamic sound design is an important part of campaigns and changes in the visual expression. Mood and Lexter consciously and continuously apply the sound design in multiple channels, from the main areas and display windows to advertising and social media.